Hello, my chaotic crew. Bentley Michaels here. Hey, how was your Super Bowl weekend? Did your team win? Did they lose? How many chicken wings did you have? I don't know. I didn't realize it was the Super Bowl until my father invited me over that afternoon. Hey, everybody, thank you very much for checking out the episodes. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for interacting with us on Twitter, on Instagram. We're trying to do some more stuff. We've got some very fun stuff coming up planned. So just make sure, you retweet, you regram, you do that regram. You make sure you're hitting us up on iTunes, with the 5-star reviews and, with the double thumbs up or whatever it is. Yeah, very, very thankful. And also, some Patreon stuff coming out soon as well. Maybe some special stuff. Maybe there's going to be some buttons. Maybe there's going to be some stickers. Maybe there's going to be a bunch of really cool stuff. For $1 only, you can get the Thursday episode, which is actually going to come out this week, give you a little taste. But until then, listen to the music.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Cried at the end of that.
And welcome back to Chaotic Amateurs, iTunes, D&D's #1 5e play podcast on the internet. I am your host and DM, Bentley Michaels. To my right, I have...
Caleb is Yumhorn Darrell.
Dash as Peleus.
Red as Durak. Milo is Ren.
And last time, folks, they went into Camp Cacophony. They visited the junk drawer.
This is so bad.
And, there was so much junk. And then they split the party, and Peleus and Durak went to Smiles and Wiles. Peleus immediately enraptured by a fine young lady,
Of course.
and Durak decided that threatening the owner after sort of paying him off was going to be that's where we kind of left it there. Our other two more level-headed ones, while still being absolutely ridiculous, went to Lusty Linens. Yomhorn, for whatever reason, is deciding to get people gifts and be weird about everything that's on it. Ren just wanted some positive affirmation on his clothes from a professional. Does this cloak make me look good? Answer is yes. And that's where we have it. We have, Durak was about to do something ridiculous, I believe. Yomhorn was getting a patch sewn on, so I'm going to start with Yomhorn and Ren. You know that this is going to take a little bit of extra time. If you want to stand there, that's fine. If you want to go out amongst the town, that is also fine.
Chauncey's?
Yeah.
The potion
We
place?
should go to potions.
Yeah.
Place. Yeah.
All right.
The adventure begins.
Ooh. 2 times. Let's go to Chauncey's.
Should we go and pick up Peleus and Durak?
Let's see. They went to the broth. No, they're probably fine.
Yeah. They're gonna... Let's just go to potions place.
Smash cut to Durak getting thrown out of a window or something.
Me running out with my pants down.
What happened?
Oh, you ruined a good thing!
I'll leave you alone for 5 minutes.
Oh, had 3 of them!
So you start to make your way back somewhat, Frida Baker gives you directions, darling, of course. And you start to make your way back. You kind of work your way through some of the middle of town because it wasn't like on the edge, sort of the walkway that you were taking. But you go through, you're seeing some interesting cooking shops, very unique smells. You're not quite sure what could be in any of these things. People talking about certain types of chilies and, with very unique items that you may or may not have heard of before. So, some of them are it's like live things where, you eat raw and they just right in front of you. But you make your way through and you get to Potions Plus. It's nothing really that elaborate. It is similar to the junk drawer, while a little bit bigger. It's a three-sided, looking straight on. It's a three-sided table of a tent. The back is completely covered, but there's just large bottles, large vials, small vials, all over. You see a man in the middle of it, which you assume to be Chauncey, and that's where you're at.
Are you Chauncey?
Yeah, I'm Chauncey.
Pleasure to meet you, Chauncey. I'm Yamhorn, and this is my friend Ren.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome to Potions Plus.
We've heard great things about you.
Oh, thank you. Most people find me a little off-putting, but I like my business model. What can I say?
All right. Well, so far so good. Can you tell me about your wares that you sell here?
Sure. I sell potions.
Okay.
Potions Plus.
Yeah, I got that from the name.
Uh-huh.
What kind of potions?
I don't know. I pretty much got everything you need.
Healing potions?
Probably.
Godlike immunity granting potions?
Maybe.
I'll take a look at those. Why don't you show me those?
Well, as you can see here at Potions Plus, if you go around all the tables, nothing's labeled. So
okay.
I don't quite know what each one of these is. However, it's 1 gold piece for a large vial, 3 for like a big old, potion bottle, a couple silver for the smaller potions, and hey, you just roll the dice, baby. You never know what you're gonna get.
You know what? I'm really, as a player, I'm excited about this.
We've
all unmarked
got
potions.
a bunch of potions
So
here.
I'm really excited about this. I would definitely. You said it's a gold for large vials.
It's a gold for a large vial, like this, a little bit thicker. Mm-hmm. The half vials are a couple silver. And then like the more, classic science-looking beaker ones. Mm-hmm. Those are 5 gold.
Would I be able to recognize any of the potions by their like color or?
I don't know how well
vial?
versed are you in potions.
Not very.
Probably not.
I've seen potions in the past.
I've heard of potions.
I can spell it.
I do know a lot about medicine, so I might recognize healing potions.
You might.
I'll roll a medicine check and look around for healing potions.
Okay. And you have a couple on you.
Do I?
Yep.
I don't have those written down. That wasn't great. That's 13.
Yeah. No. I mean, you get a... Well, maybe but I'm not sure.
You know what? I'm down to clown. I would like to buy a large vial, please.
A large vial? All right, that's 1 gold.
All right.
I think Yamhorn has a potion problem.
You sound like my mother.
All right, that's 1 gold, and you can pick any large vial you want.
Okay. That one.
All right, take it.
I take it.
Okay, great. It's yours. You pay me for it.
All right. I can't wait to find out what it does.
So what we're really here for, besides to look at your potions,
Sure.
is we're on the loot layer quest.
Loot layer, sure. Classic. Lots of people always trying to come here and do that.
Yeah, but we've heard that you're into the mysticism and potion making and things like that.
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't really make the potions. I just kind of collect them.
Great.
Would have been nice to have known that before I bought it.
Well, if I made the potions, don't you think I'd label them?
He's just selling
Fair enough.
just vials of liquid, strange liquid.
But I have the first piece of a coin, I believe, and it has a picture of the loot layer on it. And I'm looking for the next one. Would you happen to know where I could find that, or direction that I might want to go to get it?
Yamhorn, I want you to write this down. And you can't meta this,
I'll do my best.
but you got a potion of water breathing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, though. Okay.
Nope. All right,
I'm
Ren,
probably going
sorry.
to waste it in like a battle.
Yeah.
Like
You just
in a
throw
desert.
You throw it at somebody.
I imagine Yamhorn plays a prank, like spikes somebody's drink with it or
All
something.
right, now, Ren, what were you saying to me?
Does he know about the Loot Lair quest line?
I mean, everyone kind of knows
or the
about it.
coin.
This is like,
And,
kind of like around the.
Yeah, whether or not he knows
Part
where
of the
the
quest.
next piece of this coin, where we can find it.
Well, no, I'm not on the quest. See here. What part you got?
I showed it to him.
Oh, okay. That's different from some of the other people's I've seen. Huh. All right.
What other pieces have you seen?
Oh, I mean, each coin is kind of different. Depends on the people. I mean, I've seen ones that are like that are more like a like just straight triangles. I've seen ones that are like squiggly, like a puzzle piece.
Can I interrupt
Pirates
here?
are weird.
Yeah. So how about this? How do we get to the Loot Lair from here?
Oh, I don't know that. I've never been.
Nobody's ever told you.
No, you're not supposed to. It's secrets. That's why they go through this whole elaborate thing with the coins and
Okay.
shows you where to go. It's like on to the next part. It's part of that pirate adventure. Like somebody's just trying to create content.
Is there anybody that you know that has been there and returned?
Yeah, there's tons of people.
Anyone here?
Here, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Do you recognize this building on our coin?
Yeah, it's Loot Lair.
It's Loot Lair.
What about the person?
It's kind of hard to tell. You can only kind of see the weird sort of upper part of his weird Waldo face and a hat.
Yeah.
But it does look like sort of a hand right there.
Yeah. Do you is there I don't know that I've
the hand.
No, I've not Yumhorn has not really paid attention to the hand. Is there like any sort of insignia ring or anything like that on
No.
it? Nothing identifiable.
No. It looks like it's pointing at the Loot Lair. Like that.
Okay.
But my pen's too fat, so like it's giving Loot Lair finger guns.
Yeah.
Come on down to the Loot Lair.
Yeah.
Well, Ren.
We cut back to Duroc and Peleus. Peleus, you are stumbling back into the main area, having what presumably was a very enjoyable time.
Whoa. Real quick question.
Yeah.
Would Peleus have gleaned any information from these ladies in the throes of passion?
I don't know.
Or-
Did you want to? Were you like questioning them about everything?
Well, I mean, I would think Peleus could probably hold his concentration somewhat well. He's a wizard. He's got great concentration. So,
If your intent was to question them,
well, that was my intent going into the brothel.
sure. But I'm wondering because your constitution was checked and then you got distracted, if you would have continued to do it. If that would have continued to be your thought process. That's all I'm asking.
Well, I mean,
Could you do a series of constitution checks, like different points in the throws?
Yeah, maybe like let's say, it's
Foreplay.
fun for a moment, and then it abruptly ends, and then Peleus has to gather himself because he's feeling a little under the weather,
Yeah.
and then,
Oh, it
and then
happens
in
to
that
everybody.
moment
It's
he
okay.
collects
Okay.
some sense, and then he can. Oh, I was supposed to ask questions now that I'm
Okay.
a little
Well, maybe that was his like second.
brained.
Or yeah.
When I sent in the two other girls, that was like he had collected himself. The other girl was like left in disgust or something.
I'll leave it up to you though.
Yeah, I mean, if you honestly think you would do that, that's fine. I'll allow you to, if that's on your agenda, and you seem to describe that well enough. You seem to be right there in the old Peleus mindset.
I still think he's secretly a prude, and once he got in there, he's like, I just have some questions.
You girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Should I roll Constitution or just am I asking them?
Yeah, you can just ask. You can. I will tell you this: that you have gained some knowledge that the type of person that would possibly know about these sorts of things would be your the more mystic type of person here in the town. There's a potion maker that might know about these sorts of things. There's also Ori the Oracle.
All right. Oh, so you ladies, you you've seen quite a lot of adventurers come through here, I imagine, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right.
You're the handsomest one of them all.
Oh, you saucy devil. All right, but now, I'm sure they talk about going on quests and whatnot, like I have. You know anything about this loot layer, where they go from here?
Everyone's always coming through trying to get to the loot layer here. It's like they just stop over here and then they leave us.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling, but that's what happens. So, who would know about maybe the mystical side of things here? Who in this town of...
Well, there's Chauncey. He runs potions. He's kind of a creep.
Right, Chauncey's weird, okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
It's feet stuff. And,
Gross.
Yeah, there's Teddy Chaintooth, who runs daggers and more.
Right. Dagger guy.
He deals out a lot of the equipment that people sort of restock up on. As they're coming through, he might know something. And then, she's really weird, but Ori the Oracle.
Ori the Oracle.
She told me my mom died, but I don't know. I haven't been home in a while.
Wow, that's dark. Alright, so you're saying Ori the Oracle might have our answers to this loot layer and the next step in our quest to gather the next pieces of the coin.
Teddy Chaintooth, like I said, daggers and more. He supplies people with, daggers, swords, crossbows, that kind of stuff. The potions guy.
Place adventurers would go. Alright, so I think we gotta check out this dagger guy.
She starts tickling you.
Whoa, yeah! Ooh, boy!
She stops.
Yeah. All right, you are some saucy minks. I better get on my way though, and you ladies have a lovely time.
Okay, so as you're collecting yourself clothing wise, and that sort of thing, you start to make your way back into the major big tent. You now see Duroc in sort of like a shoving match with Squiggy's man, who's continuously pushing him back, and Duroc in classic drunk bro guy at a bar fight, trying to look, hey, no, I'm right here, talk to me, and he keeps trying to get by him.
Come at me, bro.
I'm not trying to get by him. That's not why would I do that?
Because that's exactly what you said you were about to do last time, so I moved the story forward to what you said you were going to do.
I didn't do it like a bro.
All right, so Peleus is going to walk up to Duroc. I'm going to put my hand on him and go, all right, settle down. I'm sorry.
Control your man over here.
All right, yeah. Careful back there. So let's be on our way.
Quick question, did you enjoy the ladies? He sent back 2 for you.
Yeah, they were great. They're all fantastic. Top notch, top quality. Good job. Yeah, no, pretty good for a jungle island, I guess. All right, so let's be on our way. We've got 2 other people we got to go talk to who might know what we need. So, Ori the Oracle and some dagger fella.
See how hard that was, Squiggy? You could have just told me to go talk to Ori.
All right, okay.
I don't know what you want, man.
Yeah, let's keep on moving. Good ladies, good establishment.
As you're walking out, you're just
yes, top notch. I
2
like
thumbs
it here.
up.
Yes, very good.
We're not finished here.
Would recommend. A++++++.
10 out of 10. Yes, you'll get a great Yelp review.
All right, so daggers and more.
Which one do you want to go to? The Oracle?
Yeah.
You weren't told where any of those things were. You just said what they were, so you weren't told the location.
Oh.
But I will tell you this, there's a little side thing over here, because what am I doing here? Daggers and more. It's a shop, but then there's also a target range kind of thing, so you can practice. And then Ori, once you get to it, will be up here. But you don't know where the locations are yet. And were Yumhorn and Ren still at the
Linen?
Or did you go back for that?
Or no, we were at Chauncey's. That's right.
Yeah, we're at the potions.
Yeah, we were still there with him. As far
Timeline wise, I'm not sure how long.
Yeah, I would imagine. You guys, Ren and Yumhorn, know that it's been long enough that she only said 20 minutes, so you could go back and get that.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to start making your, I'm just going to fast forward it. You get your stuff.
Yeah.
You start making your way towards the brothel. You see them coming out of the front of the brothel.
Perfect.
You guys have met back up. You've got 2 gifts in your hands.
I'm like
Fresh off the day at the mall.
like Legally Blonde bags on arm. Like, hey guys, just got back from shopping.
Yamhorn loves those shopping montages.
And I say, Duroc,
Yes, Yamhorn.
I know you thought I forgot.
About
And you too, Peleus. You probably didn't even know that I knew. And I hand them their bags.
what's this for?
Happy birthday.
Oh, you shouldn't have. And I'm going to pull it out.
I like that you assume their characters' birthdays are their birthdays.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna look at it. Oh wow, this is nice. I'm gonna put this all. Oh, and you've got a nice throbbing strong arm on the back.
It's because you're so big and strong
I'm the
and bulging.
strongest character. Yes, all right. Yeah. So I'm gonna take my pirate overcoat off and my undershirt off, and then I'm gonna put the new shirt on.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take my other shirt.
That's
and
sweet
just-
deep V.
I don't know.
Yeah, and it is like you can see your belly button, like, and like the it crests right to where your belly button is, and then it like finally comes together. So you are flapping in the wind.
Sure, and
A little bit of
and all my
Happy Trail?
necklaces and jewelry is hanging,
Nice.
so you can just see just my tattoo as well on my chest.
Yes.
And a little bit of my happy trail and all that.
Duroc gets a little choked
I'm
up.
glad you like it.
I'm gonna put my pirate coat back on as well. Yeah, no, I love it. Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. Yeah.
Duroc gets a little choked up taking the bag from you, and he's like, how did you even figure out my... I haven't celebrated my birthday
I was gonna say it's been so long.
since my wife died.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And
no need to go there, but
Yeah, Morton's like, okay, I regret this.
I'll
anyway...
just take that back.
Oh.
No, I don't do that.
Okay. I open it up, and I see the purple scarf, and I'm just like, purple is a symbol among dwarves of a deep friendship.
Whoops.
Thank you so much, Yamhorn.
Not what I intended.
You're welcome.
I'm going to wear this right now, and I just put it
Please.
right over, like, the tiger pelt, and I, like...
You are looking.
You
Something
probably look like the most insane person in this whole camp.
my beard's, like, kind of, like, tucked into it as I, like, wrap it around.
Half in, half out, kind of.
Yeah.
All right, so as a group, do we?
group you are here right now.
Well, do you relay?
Yes, I was about to. Thank
Okay.
you. And I tell Ren and Yamhorn and Duroc, I go, listen, I've heard of 2 other people who might know Ori the Oracle, and then that dagger fellow who we heard about from the junk drawer, and several other people.
Who's Ori?
Yeah, we heard we want to talk to someone that's mystical. If this
Yeah.
guy's an oracle,
Ori the Oracle, that's the person. Oh, sorry. Ori the Oracle is the person that we have to talk to.
Didn't even realize.
Because they're mystical, and that's who we got to talk to.
We're
we got to talk to someone mystical.
two in the.
Yeah.
We're just trying to.
But none of us know where she's at, so why don't we go to the place that we do know, the dagger fella, and then maybe he can relay us to Ori.
I got an idea that might make this take. By the way, the scarf looks fantastic on you, Duroc. Everybody,
Thank you so much.
You see-
yeah. Duroc, you look quite fabulous, yeah. Bit insane.
I have an idea that might make this go a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Ren, would you mind flapping your cloak? Robe? Cloak.
Cloak.
I was hoping I got it right. Would you mind flapping that and flying up and seeing if you can spot where Ori's place is, maybe, or the dagger place?
Also, another continuing running bit that's not meant. He doesn't have to flap it to fly.
I know. But every time,
Every time he does, he's
Yeah.
like, momentum.
so I assume that's how it works. So
I just thought he was going for, like, cool points.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to scope out and maybe see if we can map out a way to go?
yeah.
Awesome.
So I throw out my robe and flap it a couple of times.
You mean your cape?
Your
cape.
cloak.
Yeah.
And go up in the air and kind of like spot around, see if I see anything that looks Ori Oracle like.
What do you see?
You see a bunch of stands, tents from the top down. No signs that specifically, like, because like I said, it is a very, very large area. But you definitely see the sort of like targets, the throwing range, the like where you would assume that would likely be that person. Because it's the only thing that kind of looks different. Like it looks like a range, like in unison, since daggers are more like you assume that
everything else is tent tops.
So yeah,
tent tops are like open topped or whatever.
I'll flat back down and relay that information.
Flat back down. That's funny.
Peleus is just like, none of that is necessary.
Yeah, the wizard.
Okay, so
So you know that
you just
he
don't
relates
get it.
to you that like if you start heading to your right and a little up northeast, that's where he saw the throwing range or the firing range or whatever it is.
Considering we don't know where this Ori person is, you guys want to go there first?
yeah.
All right.
I guess.
All right,
Whoa.
we're gonna.
Why
head
so
to
salty?
Daggers are just pointless. They're just
No,
pointless.
quite literally, they have a point.
What was the name of the dagger place?
Daggers and more.
Daggers and More. Let's go to Daggers and More.
I wonder what the more is.
Let's find out.
Okay.
And
All right,
here we
so,
go walking.
Walking. Everybody's walking.
just walking around.
Walking around,
Just walking around town. I just had sex.
Oh, we're here. Look at that. We're here. Okay.
And so you kind of come into this little alcove. It's definitely a little bit bigger of an area. It's been sort of sectioned off. You can kind of see like the edge around this place. It's got hay bales in the back and that sort of thing. But then there's a little bit of like, you start to see the jungle foliage. You're definitely probably on the outskirts of like where, all of the everything is. You see a nice big tent and with, tables similar to the potion thing, but it's about double the size. There's only two because it's in the corner. So there's one long table going down, one table going back towards the right, which is where the hay bales are. And there's a variety of weapons. There's tons of daggers. There's blowguns. There's crossbows. There's all sorts of weapons that look like an adventurer could equip themselves with.
Well, boys, you want to stock up? See if we can get some information and maybe get some stuff.
Yeah, I want to walk up to the merchant who is selling this stuff, and I want to ask him.
Okay.
Excuse me, you sell, I'm assuming, a lot to adventurers who are probably on their way to the loot layer. Have you ever, pray tell, heard any of them mention where they go after this? On their quest?
I mean, it sounds like you're really trying to get like a one direct punch to something that is supposed to be more of an individualized adventure for other people.
All right.
I mean, name's Teddy Chaintooth. How you doing?
Yes, very good, Teddy. Do you happen to know then where Ori the Oracle is?
Oh, Ori, yeah. Wait, are you using me for information? I mean, like, I sell a lot of great stuff, and you can try it out for free if you want.
I'll take you up on that, Teddy.
Oh, all right. What do you want to throw? You want to shoot something? I mean, don't wreck it.
I can't promise anything.
I was curious about the blowgun. I've never used a blowgun before.
Oh, it's real easy. You ever use a straw? Do the opposite.
You do the opposite. All right, I'll go pick up the blowgun.
All right.
And
it's a bigger one. So
Make sure you disinfect it.
it's about your size. And you could use it as like a staff almost, in a lot of ways. I wouldn't because it's, not as solid as a staff, but yeah. And he gives you like a little blowgun arrow. You load it up.
all right,
Roll what do you want to roll for shooting?
I assume it would be dexterity.
Sure.
I'm looking for throwing daggers while he's doing this.
Okay.
Probably not proficient. I only have simple.
Yeah, you find some throwing daggers. There's like a little section.
I'm playing with them
What'd
in
you
my
get?
hand.
So yeah, I go and take aim, and that's gonna be a 10.
Nice. So in the classic target of it's a white square with a black circle and a red circle, you hit like barely on the outside black edge, like up in the upper right hand corner. Not dissimilar to Yamhorn's throw at Varkham Slatebrook's house.
Not bad.
Maybe even
But
a little
for
bit
your
better.
first time, you kind of like, because it's so big, and long, like you kind of like when you blew it, you kind of like went back a little bit, almost like there was kick to it, even though there wasn't. You just were kind of like trying to balance this long sort of blowgun thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yamhorn?
Yeah, I'm feeling these daggers, these weighted daggers, and I'm trying to feel the balance of them.
Okay.
And I say, you mind if I give a couple of these a try?
Go ahead.
All right.
I mean, like, you want to throw him, go ahead. You
Yeah.
Step up to the line.
Absolutely not knowing what he's doing. He puts 3 daggers in between his fingers and throws all 3 at the same time
Oh, hilarious.
and gets a natural 20.
Then what you do is, like, you know,
Totally useless, but the best natural 20 I think I've ever rolled.
Ren's walking down to retrieve his little blow dart, and then all of a sudden he just hears like, and then like he looks ahead of him, and and they basically just all like create, like, you know, one hits center, sticking straight out, the other 2 perfectly angled on the side, and you're right dead center in the middle of the yellow target. And in Teddy Chain 2's like, oh man, it's like the best throw I've seen in a while.
And Ren turns to look at
you're meant for
Yamhorn.
those. Hey, you know what?
He's just shrugging
You're meant
shoulders.
for those. You get those for free.
Hey,
Oh.
Teddy, thank you very much, sir.
Hey, happy birthday.
Well, if we're getting free things, then yeah, I think I'm gonna. Do you got any hatchets? I've always want to throw a hatchet.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
looking for a
um,
tomahawk.
Yeah, it's right down there.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna grab the tomahawk. I'm gonna step up to the throwing thing, and I'm gonna throw it
Okay.
into the target.
Just your dexterity.
Yeah.
Sweet, so +1. All right.
I mean, he only got it for free because he got a
Natty.
natural 20.
Yeah. No, I know. All right, here we go. 13.
All right, so you throw the hatchet, and you know you get like on the one of the outer yellow rings. You know, it's a little bit to the left, and it didn't feel bad to you. You're just like, oh, I'm not used to this, but you kind of like it.
Meh. I'll stick to magic.
Duroc, what did you grab?
I'm not going to throw anything, but yeah, I pick up some like just different hand axes, tomahawks, hatchet type things, and I'm just like testing their balance, you know, like in my hand and pretending to like give a good hefty
Hack.
swing. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I do.
That's decent. It's decent.
You're
And then
air
sets it
fighting?
down.
Yeah. I just,
Hey, Ren, do you
Going through your kata.
yeah.
do you see anything that might be magically of use for our adventure?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is so we're kind of here. We're on the loot layer quest, of course. I'm sure you've talked to people who are on the same mission
Yeah, man. All the time.
all the time. Yeah, we're looking for people with mystical abilities and things like that. Do you have anything here of magical origins?
I mean, like, I'm not like the sharpest tool in the shed or nothing, but like, maybe. I don't know. But there's a lot of trade here because, like, sometimes people don't like a weapon, they want to do something else. So I'm like, you know, Teddy's got you.
all right. I'll go ahead and cast detect magic in this area.
All right.
It's 30 feet.
That's a good idea.
Do I detect any magic around here?
Oh, you don't have to roll for anything. You just do it.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, you detect a lot of magic all over the place.
Take it all. Take it all.
In the like everywhere.
You feel as though this island, the jungle, the area that you're in, there's a lot of ambient magic surrounding you as a just in general.
Oh.
All these people have
Certain
been dead.
people, like, you feel like if you were to walk through the town, you might
So
feel
it's-
pulled towards somebody.
It's 30 feet, and I'm kind of trying to focus on the weapons that he has available more than
Okay.
anything.
Once again, you feel a very ambient sense of magic all over you, and if like, does something light up or something like that, or
Yeah, I just kind of get a sense that there's magic in that like place, in that object.
Sure. There's a few things that sort of light up on the table.
What kind of things?
I don't know.
Which items?
I don't
A
know.
pencil.
Depends on what I roll and look on the sheet for.
Okay.
I didn't think you were going to detect magic. I don't know. Just stuff.
So he does have some magical items, guys.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Really? Which ones? I'll charge more.
I'll pick up a dagger and hand it to him and say, "This has
magical?
This has some kind of magic going on in
Ren,
it."
don't tell him.
Well, he might give us more information if I help him out.
Yeah, but you could buy it for cheap price. All right.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
hey,
I'll get it when you
hey,
get information.
will you guys whisper, man? I want to be friends. What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh,
But now that I've helped you out, maybe you could help us out.
all right. I mean,
So we've already told you that we're on the loot layer quest.
right. So many people are. It's
Yeah,
like, how to get to the layer?
We're looking for the next item or the next part of the quest. I have this coin, and I show him the coin.
Oh man, this is different from other people's I've seen.
Okay, that's interesting to me. But you recognize this building on it, right?
Yeah, it's loot layer.
Loot layer. Do you recognize the guy that's kind of in the corner with the little finger? Like, hey.
Nah, you can't really see much of his face, but I mean, I would imagine if the stories are true, like that's probably like, and like I'm no historian or nothing, but like it's probably Langdon.
Langdon. What do you know about Langdon?
I mean, he's kind of the guy that like found the loot layer originally and that kind of stuff. Kind of like he was like a guy that found it himself, and then it's like he let some people in on it, but then I don't know, history is not my thing.
Teddy, we're interested in where Ori the Oracle is.
Oh, she's right over there.
Thank you. You guys ready?
This whole time, he was just going to tell us.
I guess so, yeah.
And we go.
So yeah, I thank him for his time, and I get the coin back, and
Great.
and I let him know, you have some good items here.
Oh man, which ones were they?
I point out like,
Oh, cool. And he takes them off the table, and like as you were walking away, you see him putting on different price tags. Cool. So he points you in the right direction, and you start to head west, young men. And you kind of see that once again, the town now is starting to sort of feel the edge. And she seems to be on the edge. You can tell that, there's shops along the way, but there's really just kind of forest and stuff behind them. And you get to the center of town, and you see a sign for Ori the Oracle. Now, had any of you guys done perception checks throughout the town, you would have seen signs for a palm reader.
Brother.
I was like flying above the town.
Yeah.
But we
Everything
didn't
but
like look
looking at
in
signs.
town.
Common's not my first language.
There's a visitor information kiosk, right?
No, there's just different signs. I just put out little different things, see what you guys would do.
Signs are stupid.
Okay.
Durock's new position.
You get to a tent. From the outside, it's got the little parted things. There's some beads hanging down on the door, and above it says Ori the Oracle. Palms read, futures told, all done for a piece of gold.
I take a look at my companions, and I go through the flaps into the tent.
I definitely want to get my future told.
I
Me
do too.
too.
I was hoping to get it done first. That's why I went in.
I scramble and try to get in first.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys all enter?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well,
Yes.
Cool. So you all enter, and when you enter, you notice that there's a large circular table in the middle. There's one seat to the left. There's like 5 or 6 seats sort of surrounding the other side where it looks like one person would sit. There could be an audience around it. There's also on the outside of the tent, there is,
you're inside, but the edges of the tent rather. There's chairs. There's like, you know, a weird mixture of chairs, like awkward looking wooden chairs, big fluffy cushiony chairs, just like, you know, whatever they can have in there. That's what she's got. Sort of directly behind the chair, you see a little squared off area of what is just like a curtain and that sort of thing. And from a voice inside of it, you hear,
I will be with you in a second. Please have a seat.
Yamahorn scrambles to take the seat at the table.
all right.
I definitely like the. Did you describe like a beanbag kind of situation with like a big cushy?
On the edge of the, yes,
Little
not
frat.
around the table. Around the table or normal chairs.
All right, yeah, I'll hop in that beanbag thing. I sit
Okay,
at
then
the
you
table.
were at least 15 feet away from the table.
Okay. I can still hear from there.
Ever the dorm
I just got to see how
dweller.
how comfortable that feels.
It's comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just
And he-
gonna take a seat close to the table.
Okay, so yeah, Duroc.
Yeah, I'm at the table.
Okay, so we have 3 people at the table and somebody 15 feet behind in a beanbag chair.
Shotgunning a beer.
Yeah.
Look what I stole.
Pledge week.
Now, there's certain, tent poles holding up. There seems to be 4 major ones. They each have little candelabra with, on it, lighting the place. It smells of a nice incense. And all of a sudden, almost magically, the lights seem to dim a little bit. And from the curtains appears Ori, the Oracle. She's pretty much exactly what you would think. She's got some dangly earrings. She's got rings on every single one of her fingers, sometimes 2, different, things around metal, circular devices, different thicknesses around her wrists. Some have jewels on them, some are plain, some are silver, some are gold, different necklaces, her hair up, tied around with like a rag and that sort of thing up and back. And she's wearing very loose fitting sort of clothes. Palish, you're like, if I was 80 years older.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like, welcome to Ori's. Palms red, futures told, all done for a piece of gold.
And she sits down at the table and she's like,
So who here wants their future told? Their palm red.
I immediately slap down a gold.
Oh,
she sort of like takes it. I'm gonna draw it like this.
I feel like I'm just like super embedded into the
And
beanbag.
you're so small, and it's like a normal sized beanbag.
Yeah. So Yamhorn, you have placed your gold piece, and she takes it from you. Does anybody else?
Yeah,
Put down gold?
I do as well, but
Okay.
I figured I just had to wait for Yumhorn to finish.
Yeah, I'll kind of like wiggle my way out of the beanbag.
Yeah, Peleus will
Drags the beanbag over
put
to
down
the table.
a piece of gold, but he also would like to say, now, real quick, I'm not so interested in my future as I am about a few fuzzy nights in my past. Can you unclear some of those? Because they're pretty blurry in my memory.
I mainly do futures here.
All right, well then I guess I'll see what the future holds, even though I've been. It's boring.
Yeah. I slap up the gold and I say, I'm more interested in my future of finding the loot layer.
it depends on what happens. I'm not in control. It's not like, hey, fast forward to this part. It's not how the spirits work.
Free will and all.
Everybody. Oh, I want to see this. Can you see the future? I didn't think so.
She takes all of your gold and seems to like pull like a little weird, like an unseen drawer from the table, and just like they disappear, but you don't hear them hit the floor. As if even more possible, it goes darker. Almost as like she's got someone working tech in the back for her. And it's a little smoky. All of a sudden, it's like, the room was puffed with a little bit more incense or something like that. And, you all start to feel very warm, very relaxed, very kind of like eyes half like, oh, this is nice. This isn't so bad. And so she says, I want you all to join hands. Do you do it?
Yep.
We all join hands.
Okay.
Yes.
And she holds out her hands to either side, so she's grabbing
Yamhorn.
Durrock and Yamhorn's hands. And she's like, all right, now everybody, I just want you all to close your eyes. I want you to relax. I want you to breathe in deeply, breathe out. Not actually into the microphones. All right, so you all start to feel as though you're being whisked away. You start to see images of your past. Peleus, was one specific night you'd like to know something about, real quick?
It was a night on my boat somewhere in the middle of the ocean. It's not real specific. I think summertime when I was about 60.
This is not real quick. What do you want to know?
Yeah, just what happened when I blacked out. That's it.
All of a sudden, you get an image as you're thinking about that time because you're just like, I'm going to make her feel it. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it. And then you realize that you put your favorite pair of socks in the bottom drawer, and they've been there ever since in your ship.
Oh my gosh, that's where they were. I thought I lost them in the ocean.
And she's like, focus, focus.
All right, sorry.
Focus, everyone. Clear your minds. You will see images. You will see the past. You will see the future. But block it all out. Once, let it happen, and then whisk it away. Everyone relax. And you do all of a sudden, like, Durrock and Yamhorn, you feel her grab your hands a little bit tighter, and you all kind of feel like somewhat of a electrical surge, not like you're being shocked like Peleus, maybe Peleus, is like, oh, suck my shock. But like you just sort of feel like a jolt, through you, and you all feel connected, and you feel like a warmth in your chest, and your eyes, like, as much as you want to open them, you can't at this point, and everything just sort of fades to black. And she's kind of cryptically muttering to herself, "Oh, this is interesting. This is weird. Always such unique groups of people when they come through here." And then all of a sudden, like a jolt, like it's gone out from her, and it goes through Durrock and Yamhorn's hands, and it goes through everyone else's hands until boom, it hits Ren, and all of a sudden Ren's like, poof! And almost like your inner eye opens, but everyone can sort of see this. Ren, you see yourself preaching to large groups of people. You seem to be far older than seems possible for your race. You still look good, though. And cinematically, through the heavens, you see Ulagan smiling down like it's the end of Happy Gilmore. And he's very proud of you, as you seem to be, doing whatever it is that you're doing, preaching to large groups of people. And then that image fades out, and you feel that, almost like playing Duck, Duck, Goose, you feel the energy circling around the table more and more and more and more and more. And all of a sudden, boom, it hits Durrock. Bam! And Durrock, you see yourself much, much older. Grayer, heavier lines, skinnier.
But looks terrible.
Laying on your deathbed. Your hair and beard gray, but very well kept. A nice tie in your beard, well groomed, well manicured. Nice linens that you're sleeping in. And you see yourself surrounded by your family. You see grandchildren, and you see both of your sons standing there at the foot of your bed.
That's very sweet.
You assume you're about to die.
Yeah.
And you all are seeing this as a group. And then once again, it sort of goes black and zoom, 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 energy. And then bam, Peleus, you're hit. Whoa. And Peleus, you look significantly older. You have fewer necklaces and rings on you than you at this time would like.
Where's my jewels?
However, you're in very elegant robes. They still have a bit of your flair, to them, as far as like the cut, the colors, the materials used.
as much as you can. They look very piratey, but you also know that these are the robes and the designs of the ones worn by the Elven Council of Laurelin.
Yeah, I'm getting a desk job later, aren't I? Crap.
And then, boom, once again, zip, 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 and there's only one person left. And in classic Yamhorn fashion, he clenches a little bit, and boom, it hits Yamhorn. Now, this is different than the entire thing. You see a floating mist, and you almost feel the link between what you're supposed to see, basically kind of like not connecting. You can feel that Ori is perplexed by this, and she shifts in her chair, and she doubles down and lets go of Durok and grabs both of your hands, Yamhorn. And you both instantly feel like you were hit with an invisible force that pushes you away from each other. She kind of like goes back in her chair. You're kind of like knocked back or whatever. The other guys have opened their eyes at this point. And Yamhorn, you don't feel so good. And when you all open your eyes, you see her slump back in her chair like she had sat down after running a marathon. And she looks insanely tired and concerned as she speaks. And she's looking directly at Yamhorn. And Yamhorn, you're feeling weird and lightheaded and a little shaky. And she says, I have never in all of my years experienced that with a reading. Tell me, where did you come from? Looking directly at Yamhorn. And Yamhorn, you're not feeling good.
Rel Sarin.
You came all the way here to see me from Rel Sarin.
I had no idea that I was going to see you. But it appears we've been brought together.
Why did you come here?
To save the world.
And what is your business here?
I look at Ren. And with a question mark, to serve Ulagan?
That is your business in my tent right now, is to serve Ulagan?
Ultimately, yes, but short term, we need to get to the loot lair.
Ah, that could have been answered 3 questions ago. Excellent.
I take a little leadings sometimes, sorry.
Yamhorn, you're actually sort of worried about how you're feeling right now.
Yeah,
and you start to pace because like you feel weird and tingly and lightheaded and like short of breath.
Caleb feels uncomfortable about this.
And you're kind of like walking around back and forth. And she looks to the rest of you and I'm like, you're all looking for the loot lair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she kind of like eyes you mysteriously and she just kind of goes, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
And raises an eyebrow.
Everybody on this island asks that.
Yeah, we'll give it away. Everything.
No, I don't mean from this island. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're not supposed to be here.
Like in this period of time?
And she smirks at Peleus. Yamhorn, how you feeling?
Nauseated. Cold sweats.
Yeah.
And right before Peleus answered her, I realized what she meant.
Uh-huh.
Regarding time.
Yeah.
And it bothers me that she says, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah. What are you other guys doing?
I'm seeing that Yamhorn's sick.
Yeah.
She's like the last one, and now she's saying things like we're not supposed to be here.
I feel like it was like directed at me. Like
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
It makes me feel real uncomfortable, especially with how I'm feeling.
right. And seeing that you're like pale face and everything, sweating profusely.
She was talking to all of you when she said that you guys weren't supposed to be here.
Right. And it sounded kind of threatening. So at this point, Durok is just like, what did you do to him?
I didn't do anything. It wasn't a threat.
Alright, so long-term problems, just in case we
Right.
happen to be completely out of our dimension.
Sure.
What's the long-term ramifications here?
The longer you stay in the past. Oh, I forgot you weren't there with the vampire. The longer that you stay in the past, the harder the past pushes back against you.
Okay, that's not good.
Well, how do we get back to the present?
Are you saying we have to get back to the future?
Oh my gosh.
Getting cut. She's looking around at you and she's like, so the loot layer. And what is it that you hope to find there?
Honestly, I have no clue why we're looking for it to begin with.
It's something to do with the lady of the swamp.
Yellow.
The lady in yellow, yeah.
Sidset Lady of the Yellow.
Sidset, yeah.
Varkum told us, right, that something was there.
Varkum.
Another part of the sword, maybe?
Yeah, the second piece. I think.
Varkum sent you.
And I pull out the sword.
Okay. Yamhorn, you start to pull out the sword, and
And I cut her throat.
Yep. And then she's dead, and you guys don't know what to do now.
Yamhorn! Why?
She made me feel funny.
He pulls it from his back, and it's very, like, if you guys don't remember, it's for an easy description, it's a very big broadsword. Think Braveheart. As you know, it's only half. One side is very beveled, one side is flat. As you guys came to find out that it was two halves of one sword, so you have one half of it. Yamhorn, as you start to pull it out, it's almost too heavy for you, and your hand just immediately drops to the ground. And
You guys, I'm not feeling so good.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Yamhorn and grab him. Just kind of like take him. I want to cast lesser restoration on him.
remember you're 2'8", so you would basically be hugging his leg.
I'm hugging his leg.
Okay.
And I want to cast lesser restoration on him.
Okay.
Lesser, yeah.
Okay.
I can end one disease or condition affecting them. It can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay.
Poisoned.
Okay.
So I say the words for that.
Okay.
And cast that spell.
Great. Yamhorn drops to his knees and drops the sword. And as he does that, you have the insane suspicion that your spell didn't do anything. And in a weird, he's starting to sweat, and he's also starting to turn very opaque. And not just that his skin is going white, but you are starting to be able to see through him.
You guys.
And in that moment, Yamhorn, very scared, looks up at you all.
I don't feel so good.
All think is disappearing.
I think...
Ori,
you guys...
you've got till he disappears to fix this.
This isn't my doing.
Tell Owen I love him.
Ooh.
You've been yammed.
And with that, Yamhorn disappears from existence in front of you.
Boy, who gets his gold? Did he leave any?
Ori, you've got till the count of 5 to bring him back here right now.
All right, Darok.
I
She
didn't do that.
Do anything. We're clearly out of time. We're
Okay.
messing with stuff. It's no good.
Well, how about then, rather than vague answers, you start giving us substantive answers. You tell us what the hell just happened here, or I'm going to start cutting my way free of this island.
Is that going to
Go
happen?
ahead, get out of my shop. I don't have any answers for you.
Is what happened to Yamhorn going to happen to us?
It's entirely possible.
I would assume so, yeah.
And there's no body, or he's just vanished.
Gone. The thing that's left is half of the sword.
I roll intimidation on her.
Okay.
Like, we need some real answers.
Okay.
I'm
You're
fine.
not asking for anything, though. You're just demanding broad statements.
Okay, well, you have an idea of what I mean, right?
I don't.
She needs to explain to us what the just happened, and that's what I've said.
Right. And I told you, I don't know what just happened. You're messing with time.
Okay, well, she's acting way too cavalier. I'm threatening her now.
Go ahead.
I don't think this is going to work there, Darok.
You're
Yeah.
losing some fingers. That's all I'm going to say.
Non-natural 20.
Okay. What would you like to do and say?
I kick over my chair as I stand up.
Okay.
I stand up and it just falls over.
Okay.
And I tell her she needs to explain to us what just happened to Yamhorn.
Now you're standing, so your head's barely just over the table. It's your eyes are visible.
I mean, I'm 4.5 feet tall. It's not like I'm a little
She looks at you
Just your
and she
head.
says, I understand your rage and your feelings. I don't know what happened. I didn't do that.
You clearly know about messing with time.
Yeah. I understand that you're doing it. And
What
that's
connection did you
probably
have
a
with
ramification of whatever it is that you guys have done?
So I'll roll an insight check to kind of like make sure that she's telling the truth.
Okay.
17.
You 100% believe her.
Duroc, she's telling the truth.
Yeah, she's telling the truth.
What did you sense about Yamhorn before he disappeared?
He was floating in a mist. He was torn. There were 3 or 4 different things going on, what seemed to be simultaneously. It's almost as though he had 2 or more separate lives interacting, and they were now conflicting with choices being made now.
The heck does that mean? You guys are just acting like this is normal.
And with that, that's where we leave it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, gotta go back in time. Thank you all very much for listening. I've been your host and DM for this week, Bentley Michaels. To my right, I have nobody.
Dash as Paleasian Earth.
Red as Dragonsbane.
Milo's Ren.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.